What up, YouTube world? This is Matt from What Matters Now, half of What Matters Now. Matt Brown doesn't know shit about Korra, so I have Tim here as my second side, I guess. Alright,
I'm not even
so, yeah, I don't even know what you're gonna do. Alright, so, we're gonna, have two videos. This video is gonna be, just talking about overall Korra as a series, all 4 seasons. And then our next video will be about the last season and a little bit of controversy. We kind of have two sides of a coin on that one, but
it's okay.
So for those who don't know, obviously Korra is what, 70 years after Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the series went through a lot of shit. So it was supposed to be a mini series of like 10 episodes. Then they added like 2 or 3 episodes, and then after the first season, Nickelodeon said, well, it was like 5 episodes in, they were like, Nickelodeon said, we'll give you another season. Then, after the season finale, they said, we'll give you 2 more seasons, and it ended up being around 56 episodes or something. So, I just think, all in all, the series was broken up into really four parts instead of
well, it's good because there's 4 books.
No, but it wasn't one cohesive story. It looked like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was really
4 chapters.
It was really 4 stories. Yeah, 4 complete. I mean, you can literally take out the first season, and the second season still completely makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can take out. You can literally start the series from the 3rd season and you will need anything from the 1st and 2nd season, and you'll still completely make sense. Which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing. So, Tim, what was your favorite season? Well, let's start with season. What was your favorite season?
My favorite season is definitely going to have to be number 4. And before anything happens, no, it's not because of Korra and Asami. It's because the giant robot, the big friggin' robot.
That's not why I liked it.
How is that not what you liked it for?
I liked the 4th season. Why I like the 4th season is because of, if you guys don't know, it's 3 years later after the 3rd season, and it really shows. This really, in my opinion, the character development of Korra. I think it's more character development than even like Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, obviously that was 3 seasons. Now
I thought you were about to compare Zuko from the Korra, and I'm sitting there going, you didn't see.
No. I'm talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it really just shows her from being. Because in the first 2 seasons, she was the shit. I mean, she was almost like a football player, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the shit. No one can beat him. He's the best. He's MVP every year. Korra was the shit, and beginning of the 3rd season, she was in a wheelchair. She was spiritually done. She could barely bend. She was broken, and then she was done. And I mean, even like the people that looked up to her in the other seasons, almost like they won't even let her in meetings. They were like, you're kind of not what you were before, you know. You're kind of, and I really like, and they kind of teased her being back, almost like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, they teased Zuko from becoming good. Where halfway through the season, Toph helped her and saved her, and then she had that fight against Kavira, and the whole evil Avatar thing came back to her, like her vision came back, and it really just showed her in a character development standpoint of what she had to go through. And I felt like the first 2 seasons, I didn't like Korra. I mean, you know, too much. I was just like,
yeah, no,
cool.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, you know, the first 1 or 2 seasons, like, oh yeah, she's the Avatar. She's pretty.
I only like her awesome because she's the Avatar. You know,
she's the Avatar. Okay. Bo Lin's friggin' movies. He's a mover star.
Yeah.
And he's just like that hilarious guy.
Yeah.
And it sucks to me.
I felt like she, being the main character, was probably the first 2 seasons one of my least favorite characters. Her and Mako. I think Bolin was better. I think Varric was better. I think Asami was better. I thought Tenzin was better. I thought every character that was in the series, new characters coming in, I thought they were better. I mean, I wanted to see Toph more than I wanted to see Korra.
Everybody wanted to see Toph.
So I just felt like that's why the 4th season really was about Korra, and it showed, okay, this character has something. Yeah. And now I want to see more Korra because of what happened. My favorite season, though, is the 3rd season. You know? And I like the 4th season.
I like the 3rd season. I like lava bending, and I thought that was the most.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool, but then I don't like how he got it, because he got it throughout the series of Avatar: The Last Airbender. they showed that you need a technique, you need to do something, you need to overcome something.
Yes, but at the same time,
And he just was like,
he saw the dude lava bend. What did you do?
it's fine, it's fine.
Okay.
Just let go.
The screen went blank, guys. Sorry.
Oh
He
my
snapped
God.
his fingers and everything went wrong.
We're good. Just keep going.
Okay, but no, he saw the other guy who was lava bend. He saw him how he did that. He saw all that, and it kind of makes sense because his brother's a firebender.
Yeah.
He's an earthbender. What do you get? He makes fire and
No,
earth.
but that doesn't help him. I really think that if they had just one segment where Bolin was alone with with the evil lava bender, because we saw at the beginning of the series that lava bender, I forgot his name. Fact check. No, don't worry about it.
I kind of want to know this. Fact check it.
But it showed down there, motherfucker. Right there.
Hey man, you gotta watch the language. We're trying to appeal to a broad audience.
True.
Don't deal with Max. That makes
But-
celestials.
But if they had one segment together, just 10, 20 seconds, where they were alone and they were just talking about lava bending, and he was like, "Man, that's really cool. How did you do that?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, it's just like, and he just said something, just one little thing. Good enough. You know what I mean? Because you saw they had kind of comedic, I think it was the beginning of the first couple of episodes, they had like comedic thing together.
Right.
And it was like, oh, I even thought, is this lava guy gonna turn good? Because he is kind of funny, and he
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought maybe they would have a moment together where it's like, oh yeah, you just have to do this, and then that can lava bend, and you need something, and within you need to overcome something, and it can even help Bolin as a character development, maybe if it's, you need to anything, but whatever. But I think Zahir was the best villain. I think
Zahir is definitely the best villain.
All four of the seasons obviously addressed, and they address it in the series. They address the fact that every bad guy, and what I love about bad guys, my favorite bad guys, my favorite villains, are the ones that have good intentions at first. And to them, they're heroes.
Yeah, no. The best bad guys are the guys who picture themselves as the good guys of their story.
Exactly. And I think that all four of these characters, look, I can see where people would say Amon makes sense, because all these benders overpower regular people.
Yeah.
But he just took it too far. I could see where bad guy Unalak. He wanted spiritual. He wanted it.
He wanted power.
He wanted that it became power, but at first he wanted spirits to live in society, and he wanted it to be a spirit human world, which ended up happening. Third season, Zahir wanted. I can see where it makes sense.
Zahir,
where he's
that perfect, just sort of middle ground where he's evil, yes, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows how to accomplish his goals. He's level-minded enough, and he's clever enough. No matter what he does, he's going to do it right.
Well, and also I can see where he's coming from. I can see where he says, well, we had a 100-year war because of a Fire Lord. Well, we have basically a monarchy of a Earth Queen that basically says, if you don't do what I say, you're banished, or you're gone, or you're my slave.
To be fair, that Earth Queen's a crap
I can see where he's coming from. He could say, airbenders, they have no leaders, and yet they are the peaceful nation that nobody gets in wars. There's no wars. There's no Northern Air Temple versus Southern Air Temple wars like we see in the second season with a civil war of waterbender, waters of the south and water of the north. So I can see him saying, maybe it's better if we just didn't have leaders. And I almost thought that in the season, that Korra was going to turn and be like, maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Until he said, I'm also going to kill the Avatar, because the Avatar is basically the world leader.
Yeah. And then he wanted to become basically the anti-Avatar.
No, I'm talking about Zahir.
Oh, Zahir. I thought for some reason you said spirits, and I'm like,
no. I'm talking about he's trying to get over all leaders, and then I can understand Zahir. What's her name? Kavira. I can talk about Kavira.
Yeah.
I can see why.
I'm going to take a second off there, because when she was fighting Korra and her hair came down, holy. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
When she saw herself.
No, when I saw her with her hair down was just yes.
What are you talking about?
You go fact check Kavira long hair. Just show him the picture.
Of what?
Do you not remember Kavira with long hair?
You don't know how to spell that.
What are you talking about? Kuvira.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go back.
I'm sorry, that was my favorite moment. I loved seeing Kuvira with long hair. I think she looked better than she did when it was tied up.
It has nothing to do with anything. Okay.
Or when the hair was tied up. Yeah, I know.
But I think Kuvira as a character made sense to what she did, because I could see how she was like when she said, "All right, we need to take down the metal bending clan." She was like, "You guys have, all this technology and all this modern stuff. You need to share it with the world." And I don't understand. What are you talking about?
How did you get Korra?
How do you get?
You said, is that how you spell it?
V.
Kuzira?
You said Z. You said Z.
Did I say Z?
We have it on tape.
Fact check over here. Doesn't even know what to do.
We have it on tape.
It's all good. It's all good.
Kuzira, that's a thing now.
So yeah. So anyway, characters. What was your favorite character in the whole series?
The whole series is definitely gonna be Bolin.
Bolin?
I love Bolin. Lovable idiot, man. How do you hate somebody? Just he's there. He's not there for any real important purpose. He's there because he's friends with the Avatar, because the Avatar likes his company, although apparently not enough. Because that first season, that was so harsh.
That third season, I hated that third season. I think there's a love triangle that no one cared. It can't be a love triangle. And I'll talk about this more in another review we're going to be doing in a couple minutes.
Minutes.
Can't have
Is it
a
minutes
love
for
triangle.
us or days for them?
Either one, guys. Hobbit review. Look it up. You can't have a love triangle with characters that you don't even know. Because you need to know the characters before you have a love triangle. There was a kind of a love triangle kind of going on in the third season of Avatar: Last Airbender. People were like, does Katara kind of like Zuko? Who knows? Cool, it's the third season. It's the last season. You can't have a love triangle of 2 or more characters before the characters are even known by the public. No one knew anything about Mako besides that Korra liked him. No one knew anything about Bolin besides the fact that Bolin liked Korra.
Yeah.
That's why it was just like, what is going on? So that's why that whole first season turned me off, because of that one thing right there. My favorite character is Varric. She's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Julie, do the thing.
I just love him. Julie, look, he even knows it.
How do you not know
I just
his name?
love Varric because really of 2 reasons. One, obviously the comic relief. He's just obviously the funniest character in the whole series. Bolin's funny, has his funny moments, but Varric solely is the only character that made me actually laugh out loud. I actually laughed at moments where he said something, I cracked up. Bolin was just kind of like Sokka. He was funny, he did funny, quirky things, but he wasn't really funny. Varric, in my opinion, was the funniest character in the whole series. He actually made scenes really, really funny. And 2, why I liked him, I think it was cool how in the second season he ended up being a bad guy, kind of.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool, because you're like, oh, this comedic guy, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden you look at him, he does one face, and you're like, damn, is he actually evil? He wasn't. He was just doing.
And then you get this just sort of 180 turn, and he's in season 4. He's building hummingbirds with plasma cutters on them, and he's building EMPs to disable all of Kuvira's mech troopers.
And it's smart. Yeah,
he's as much as it doesn't look like it, he is a genius.
Well, what do you say? He's the most smart. He's the smartest guy in the world for about 15 minutes, and about a day, and that's about it. I think his character is very, very simple until about the 4th season. That's why I like the progression of his character. First season, it's me. I want all the money.
Right.
Where in the last season when we saw him, it changed to a point where he became Team Avatar. He was in Team Avatar.
Yeah.
And he wasn't just about, okay, I want money. He was about saving the world. He wanted to help them. So that's why I liked his character development. Real quick, how much time we got? We got too much time. Real quick, just go ahead and rate the seasons of all 7 seasons of Avatar. Don't worry about rating. Just 1 through 7. What's your favorite to least favorite? What's your favorite?
1 to 7. There's
of Avatar.
Of Avatar, including
all 7.
Oh man, I need to watch more of the first series.
And you can't. Don't try to be like tunnel vision. Don't look at things that happened.
Well, yeah,
in the first
no, but the
season
thing
to
is,
help
like,
the second season.
I didn't really get into Avatar a lot until Korra. I watched, don't get me wrong, I watched plenty of the first season, or for the first series, I watched plenty of that and all that stuff. I get the storyline. I did not watch enough of it, though, to keep up.
My favorite favorite season of all the seasons of Avatar is still, it has to be the third season of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
With the headband? Where you start with the headband?
One episode, yeah. Just because it
Where
was
he
just,
started.
No, it actually started with The Awakening.
No, the third season started with the headband.
No, it
when
started
he
with
woke
The
up.
Awakening. No, it started with Waking. Matt Brown.
No.
Fact check it, Matt.
I will fact check it. I know for a fact that's when it
Fact,
started.
fact check.
Matt, please.
You're not in this
You're not
review
even in
because
this
you don't
review.
know.
I
Because
know.
you don't
I
know
know Avatar: The
Matt
Last
Brown.
Airbender.
Type in
First
Matt Brown. Type in
episode-
Avatar: The Last Airbender, season 1 or season 3, episode 1. All right. Anyway, second season. I mean, I'm sorry. My second favorite season is probably season 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I think Zuko's journey in Avatar: The Last Airbender was awesome.
Right.
Then I'm gonna say season 3 of Korra, season 4 of Korra, then back to season 1 of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Right.
And then I'm going to throw season 2 of Korra, just only because of the 2 episodes of the origin story of how the Avatar was created.
Yes.
And then
oh my.
I'm going to throw the first season ever. I just think that's not necessarily their fault, to the creators' fault. It's just how it was kind of, I mean, they were given 10 episodes, then it jumped to 13, they had to put filler in. I think it would have been a lot better. Maybe if it was 20 episodes, probably would have been a badass series.
I found it. You were right.
Thank you. Okay.
You're right for once. You're barely ever right.
All right, Brad. Anyway,
You're really ever right. We
all right,
know
guys. So go ahead and comment below.
keep
What was your
smack
favorite
talking.
season of Avatar: Korra? What were your favorite characters? We'll see you in the next review.